The key I've really found to manifesting anything that I want in life is by knowing that you don't manifest what you want, you manifest who you are. So who are you showing up to the mirror of life as? Are you showing up as the version of yourself who has that money, who has that relationship, who has that dream job? Or are you still showing up as the version of yourself who set the intention? Hello gorgeous souls, and welcome back to another one of my YouTube videos. Thank you so much for joining me for another one of my videos today. So today's video is all about how to manifest what you want in life, and I'm so excited to bring this topic to you. After so many of you asked me this great question, I want to share with you my top tips and tools on how to get the results you want with your manifestations. But if you're new here to my channel, then welcome. My name is Emma. I'm an award-winning life coach, 3 times best-selling manifestation author, Law of Attraction YouTuber here on my channel, and I'm the host of the #1 spirituality podcast on iTunes, Spiritual Queens Badass Podcast. And here on my channel, I cover all things law of attraction, manifestation, spirituality, and self-help. So not only do I really hope you're going to enjoy this video, but the abundance of videos here on my channel over the last 10 years. So how do we manifest the life that we want? Now, you would think with setting intentions, knowing about the law of attraction and working with manifestation, that we would just get what we want and we would just get, anything that we want. But one of the main key teachings with manifestation is this or something better for the highest good of all. If it's not for the highest good of all, will it manifest into your life? And this is a great topic of conversation where many people believe very different things about whether we do manifest everything that we want or we don't manifest everything that we want. And actually things are more destined and things are more concrete in life. And I think there's room for all of it to be true. But what I particularly resonate with and what sits true to me is that we are the creators of our life. So we do experience free will here on earth, and we are able to create our lives as long as it's for the highest good. So to give you an example of this, say for instance, you wanted to manifest moving across the world to Australia, for example, but for whatever reason, that wasn't for your highest good, but staying in the UK or wherever you are, or moving to a different place was actually going to bring you more fulfillment or more happiness, or something was meant to happen there, like you meet the love of your life, for example, then no matter how hard you try to move to Australia, it probably won't align. And I love the theory of how if it's not a soul desire, if it's not in alignment with your soul, it also won't manifest. And there's also the conversation around, do we manifest tests? So yes, we do manifest everything, but then if it doesn't work out, is that a test? Is that the universe testing us to show us, do we really want this? And I think these are all such great questions and also valid, because they're definitely questions that I've asked myself along my manifestation journey and things that we all experience, of course. And I don't believe that the universe inherently tests us or wants to test us or put us to the test, because the universe is just, it's not its energy. The universe is neutral. What it is doing is responding to our vibration, to our energy, to our beliefs and our identities. So for instance, if you needed to go through a certain relationship to learn a certain lesson, to be able to up level and welcome in that dream relationship of yours, you're going to have to walk that path and learn that lesson and up level to be able to step into the reality that you are asking for, you're manifesting. So if we're not a vibrational match to our dream desire, how can we expect it to manifest into our reality? So what I see tests as is more of a reflection of where our beliefs, identities, and energy and vibration is at that point with its alignment. So I've had instances in my life where I've manifested what I think is my desire, what I think is my manifestation, and most of the time they work out. Most of the time they are absolutely that manifestation, but I know they're my manifestation by the way they feel to my nervous system, to my body, to my energy, to myself. And I have, had some experiences where I've realized, actually, okay, I thought that was my manifestation, but I really needed to learn a big lesson there. And actually now I've stepped into whatever I'm trying to learn, whatever I'm trying to embody even more, here's that manifestation, and it comes in and it's like undeniably my manifestation. So there is always that to consider, that the law of attraction is one of 7 energetic laws. It's not the be all and end all, and everybody pigeons the law of attraction as, well, you manifested it, you're either manifesting it or you're not, when actually there is more at play in the universe, like free will. There's more at play in the universe, like the law of polarity, for example. So there are different energies that we are also working with in the manifestation process. So it's not always as simple as just manifest whatever you want, because what if it's not for your highest good? What if the universe is actually protecting you from something that isn't for your highest good, or is an unnecessary test that you don't need to go through? You don't want to be manifesting stuff that isn't your soul desire. So what do I mean by soul desire? So when we manifest that aligned abundance into our life, we are connecting to our soul's desires and aligning with desires that our soul wants to also call in, and is in alignment with our highest good, our highest self as well. So how you know whether a desire you're setting as an intention is a soul desire or aligned abundance is by the way it makes you feel. So if your aligned abundance, your intention, allows your nervous system to feel calm and relaxed, and it feels expansive and it feels so aligned and right to manifest that, the chances are it is your aligned abundance. It is a soul desire. Whereas we all know those intentions that we've set that might feel a little bit scary, and they are meant to scare you a little bit in the beginning, of course, because we are expanding and growing into that version of ourselves as we go along the process and manifest that. So that's not to say that any limiting beliefs, fears, or blocks that come up means it's not aligned, because that's also not true as well. We do, of course, go through an up-leveling process in the manifestation where, yes, we look at our limiting beliefs and fears. They might arise. We clear them. We clear the way of resistance to align with that version of ourselves and embody that desire. So again, if you're experiencing blocks, that doesn't mean that it's not your soul desire or it's not in alignment. It just means that there is some work there to do. But we do know those desires that, for instance, could be comparative. So you might have seen someone online manifesting it, and therefore you feel you have to manifest that. I know myself very early on in my manifesting journey, it was like the thing to manifest £1 million. Like everybody was doing it. And then when I really connected to that desire, I was like, well, why am I manifesting that? What is my why? Why do I want £1 million? What would I spend that on? Is that in alignment with me? And I realized that actually my goal was completely different. So we don't want to set goals just because other people are. We don't want to set manifestations because we feel pressure to, or there's an expectation for us to do that. We have to set intentions from our soul, from our heart, that feel aligned and feel regulating and relaxing to that nervous system as well. So that is the key to manifesting aligned abundance. If you don't want to manifest things that aren't your desire and that are either, should we say, tests or are not going to work out, the best way is to start at the beginning with aligned intentions and really connecting to your intuition and soul to make sure you're setting those intentions from a space that feels regulated and good, but also that they align with your values, they align with where you are, and they feel good to you. And also along the manifesting journey, as you look back over your goals over the years, or say, you set some intentions a couple of years ago on a vision board, you might look back and think, I'm not sure they actually feel good anymore. And that is a normal part of manifesting as well. As we grow and evolve, our wants and desires grow and evolve as well. So you might want to up-level your intentions, change them, shift them, or even clear them and set another intention completely. All of those are absolutely great to do, and I really encourage you to do that, especially as we're heading towards the end of the year. This is the perfect time to do that, because then you can step into this new year with fresh clarity, with goals that do feel like a hell yes and really are aligned with your soul. So back to the deeper level then. So if we've set our soul intentions, our aligned abundance, does the universe have to deliver that? How do we manifest that? So again, there is divine protection in place. So remember, the universe can see the whole picture. We can only see what we see through our beliefs, our identities, our eyes, our human perspective. So the universe can see the bigger picture. And I've had situations where I felt so disappointed that something didn't happen. And then I realized later on, or I see it, I witness it, of why that couldn't have happened, and actually how the universe saved me from a potentially, not great manifestation. So the universe has your back. The universe is always looking out for you. But the key I've really found to manifesting anything that I want in life is by knowing that you don't manifest what you want, you manifest who you are. So who are you showing up to the mirror of life as? Are you showing up as the version of yourself who has that money, who has that relationship, who has that dream job? Or are you still showing up as the version of yourself who set the intention? Now, that's not to say that you have to go on this big transformation or you have to change your personality. Absolutely not. The good news is you already are the version of yourself who is going to manifest their desire. You don't have to have a whole personality transplant. But what we do need to do here is look at our beliefs, identities, limiting beliefs and fears to look at, are we the embodiment of that version of ourselves who has that desire? And if the answer is no, there's your work. Prepare for your desire. Step up and into that that person, and you will start to see those shifts coming in. Are you taking aligned action towards your desire, to co-creating and meeting the universe halfway? That is so, so crucial in the manifesting process. And I'd encourage you to have a look at my 5 steps to manifesting if you're not familiar with them, to identify where you actually are on the manifesting journey, to help you know where you are, what you need to be working on, and how to move forwards as well. And I will link my video down below with the 5 steps, so you can go and have a listen to that and see what resonates with you. So instead of looking at, I've written down these 12, 15 things on a bit of paper, so therefore they all have to manifest, look at, are these my soul aligned desires? Do these feel like aligned abundance for me? Does this intention, is it aligning with my soul? Is it aligning with my higher self? And also look at whether you are the embodiment. How are you showing up to that mirror of life? Because you don't manifest what you want, you manifest who you are. So your behaviors, your habits, your identities, your beliefs, your energy, your vibration, all of these things are creating your reality and are creating the current results that you are getting and the experiences. So we can change that. And I know that can be a lot for people to hear sometimes of, well, I don't want to create a reality that's not good, or I don't want to create a reality where there's lack. And I hear you. And of course, nobody wants to create that. But to some degree, you are choosing the reality that you are in right now, and you can choose differently. That's the best bit about this. If you don't like where you are, you can choose differently. It starts with that conscious choice to choose differently and manifest the things that you want to manifest. So I believe that we live in a co-creative world, a co-creative reality with the universe where, yes, we can manifest anything that we want as long as it's for the highest good of all and for the highest good of you, most importantly. And also if it is that aligned abundance that aligns with our soul. And I know over the years, as I've looked back over my manifestations and maybe felt frustration that something didn't happen or I didn't manifest so and so. And then I look back now and I think, thank God I didn't. Thank God I didn't manifest that, dream thing that I was trying to, or dream that, the universe knew better. And there was the perfect timing for that to come into my life that I just couldn't see. I just didn't have that perspective. And when we try to force and we try to control and we try to place our expectations on our manifestations, that is a sure sign, that is my number 1 tip of how to block yourself and block yourself quickly. So the key here to getting anything that you want in life is flowing, not forcing, is releasing expectations and control of your desires, aligning your intentions with your soul desires and higher self, aligned abundance, and by focusing on who you are showing up as, not what you want. Are you showing up as that person? So a really great example of this was when I wrote my first dream man list, when I was trying to manifest my first relationship into my life. And I would say like, oh, I want a really outdoorsy person. And I was not an outdoorsy person at all at that point. So I thought, well, how can I manifest an outdoorsy person when I'm not outdoorsy? So what, are they just going to be outdoors and I'm not? Like, how's that going to work in a relationship? So I realized that I had to become my list and be the embodiment of all the traits and characteristics that I had put on that list. And then once I'd embodied those, guess what showed up? That relationship. So we have to become that list. We have to become that manifestation, become that embodiment of that version of ourselves who has the money, who has the job, who has the relationship. So you can keep asking for your desire, keep repeating those affirmations, keep doing all these practices. But remember, it's not about how many practices you can do. That's not what makes your desire inevitable. What makes your manifestation inevitable is who you are showing up as, your energy, your vibration, your frequency, and your beliefs and identities. So who are you showing up as? Are you showing up as that version of yourself who has your desire? And I'm going to link my video down below as well, my embodiment video, to explain what embodiment is, and some great prompts are in that video, which can really help you to dive deeper into this as well. So to summarize, you can manifest anything that you want, and I highly suggest you do. The way that you find out what your soul desires are is by trying. How do you know what feels good to you in your body if you don't ask for it, if you don't go along that path and try? So this isn't an exercise of perfection where we're writing perfect intentions. Along the nearly 10 years that I've been manifesting, of course I've realized along that path of that desire didn't feel good. Okay, if that didn't feel good, what does feel good and what does feel aligned with my soul? So the best way to do this is by going through your manifestations, trying it, putting it into action and seeing seeing what feels good to you and your nervous system. Because if your nervous system doesn't feel safe receiving your desire, it will do everything it can to keep it as far away from you as possible. So we want those expansive intentions that feel good. And that's not to say that you can't teach your nervous system to feel safe around your desire, because that is that belief and identity work that I've been mentioning. So of course you can. That doesn't mean if it doesn't feel good to your nervous system straight away, you need to wipe it off. Definitely not. But it's looking at, does this overall feel in alignment to me here and now, here in this time period you're watching this video? Because it might have felt in alignment to you earlier this year. It might have felt in alignment to you last year. But maybe here and now watching this video, you realize, actually, I'm not sure that is in alignment now. And that is a huge shift to manifesting anything that you want as well, because you want to make sure that what you're manifesting is actually what you want at that soul level, not just filling a void, for example. So to finish this video, to add another point, I will say as well, the whole reason why I wrote my first book, Positively Wealthy, was because I'd manifested everything off my vision board and then realized, that feeling I've been trying to run from is still there. Like, I have the money, I have the house, I have the relationship, I have the career, I have the book deals, I have everything that I'd put on that vision board, but it still doesn't fulfill me. There's still that part of me that feels that, like, that void there. And that void was the inner work. That void was everything that I was resisting working on, because at that time, the inner work was not something that was mentioned in the manifestation sphere. So I had no idea that we had to be working on that. So that, for me, getting everything that I wanted was a great way to realize that was actually not my version of wealth. That actually wasn't all of what I wanted. And actually, until I gave myself that healing, that fulfillment, that love, whatever the emotional want was, I was never going to experience that in the external until I felt that internally within myself. As we know, the inner always reflects the outer. So manifesting anything or everything that you want requires you to give that to yourself first. So you're manifesting from a space of fulfillment, and your desires being that cherry on top of the already amazing cake of life, rather than manifesting to fill a void and to give you something. Because manifesting doesn't give you anything other than the object or the thing that it is. It's not going to bring you fulfillment. It's not going to bring you love. You have to be that embodiment of it first to be able to experience that in your life and enjoy it fully and sustain it as well in your life. So this is definitely a big piece to this puzzle as well of manifesting anything that you want, is knowing that you have to give yourself those emotions and feelings and not manifest anything that you want from a place of manic manifesting, but actually manifesting from an embodied space that is fulfilled, that is joyful. Because as we know, joy is the ultimate creator and manifests lots of amazing things into our life quickly. So those are my tips of where to get started. And like I said, I've linked some helpful videos down below as well to help you take this journey even deeper. But let me know if this resonated with you and what your secret to manifesting anything into your life is as well. I would love to know. But thank you so much, gorgeous souls, for watching. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I replied to them all. And don't forget, you can also join my free Law of Attraction support group over on Facebook, where you can join myself and other like-minded souls, where we talk all things Law of Attraction and spirituality. I hope you have an amazing week, whatever you're up to, and I'll see you all in my next video, which will be next week. Lots of love.